Hey, this is Dr. Keith Hersey, and you are listening to the Destroying Diabetes podcast. Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Keith. I'm here with the Destroying Diabetes podcast. I'd like to welcome you again and appreciative of all your support. We're just thankful for all the support that we've gotten this year. We want to continue that into 2024. At the time of recording, we're near the end of the year, so I don't know when this episode will be finalized, hopefully before 2024 starts in, but if not, but this episode was recorded before the end of 2023. So, I would just like to, this will probably be the shortest podcast for this year because I just wanted to come on one more time before the year ended. Just basically to thank all the support that we've received throughout the country. We've gotten feedback from different states outside of North Carolina, different cities outside of Durham, North Carolina. So we appreciate everyone that supported us. And I would just like to encourage you, please subscribe to the podcast. If you want to give us a rating, hopefully a high rating, so that gets us more traffic on the internet and pop up more in people's feed that are searching for this type of information online. So one of the best things that you can do is that subscribe to the podcast. If you can promote the podcast, let people know anybody in the world that has an internet line can listen to the podcast, so they're not restricted by geography. So anywhere that you stream podcasts, all of the major sites, the Spotify, Apple Podcasts, any of the others, Amazon, any of the others that any of the major places which you listen to any of different podcasts, you can listen to our podcasts. So just let people know that they don't have to live in North Carolina, don't have to live in the United States, don't have to live in the Raleigh-Durham area. And we appreciate any feedback. We'd like to get what you feel about the podcast. Are there things that you like? Are there things that you think we should cover more, or things that we should cover less? Or if we should get a new host, or you like the host that we have right now. So we do appreciate all feedback because we do pay attention to it. And if it's something that you feel like we need to address, or something that you might be interested in that hasn't been addressed in the previous podcast, or maybe something that we did do that you would like to have another episode about, or you like to have a guest return that was on previously, maybe to further get some more information from that guest, we'll be glad to do that. Just again, the most important thing to do is just keep in contact with us. Just let us know. We have our email in the show notes. That's the best way to contact us. And also a phone number is available as well. If you want to give us a call, and you want to hear my voice outside of a podcast, you can call us at the pharmacy as well. And I'm just thankful for the podcast. We started it at the end of August, I think. So we've been going for almost about 5 months. I really like being able to give information, and I'm thankful for all the feedback that I've gotten. Most people that I've talked to, or they've talked to me, have enjoyed the podcast, felt like it was good information, and want us to keep it up. So as long as they don't lock the door on me out here, I'll keep it up. As long as they let me in here and let me record the episode. I'm just thankful. I'm just thankful for everyone's support. We've gotten support from patients for Hershey Pharmacy, people that aren't patients, um, healthcare providers. So we've gotten the gamut of people that have responded to some of our past episodes and want to keep it up. If you're interested in being a guest, we're always looking for guests. So just email us if you think this is like an opportunity. You have opportunity to reach people that are working with type 2 diabetes, people that have type 2 diabetes. People may have loved ones that have type 2 diabetes, or they might just be interested in type 2 diabetes in general. So we encourage anybody that's interested in becoming a guest. Yeah, just email us and we can work it out. We can schedule a recording time that works for everyone. And usually, like I said, our recording time is not very long or very involved. Most recording episodes are 30 minutes or less. So it's not a huge time commitment if that's something that you're interested in doing. If you're someone that's has great information for type 2 diabetes, or if you have a product or a service you think that will be a benefit of type 2 diabetes, we'll be glad to have you on. So just email us at herseyhealthhelp@gmail.com. That's the best way to get in contact with me concerning the podcast. Comes directly to me, so there's no in between person. So, and I usually try to respond as soon as I can to any emails that we get concerning the podcast. In January, just to look forward, we do have some good guests lined up. We that we have some powerful information that's going to be coming out in January podcast. So stay tuned for those. And like I said, if you are already subscribed to the podcast, you'll be alerted as soon as the next podcast drops. So you'll get an email or a text or alert, depending on which stream that you listen to the podcast from. So that's why it's so important for you guys to subscribe and follow the podcast, so that when a new episode shows up, you know right away. Um, you don't have to guess or wait. Or if you follow us on social media, we try to publicize when a new episode is live and you can listen to it. And we also try to provide a link to the to listen to the podcast as well. As I said, we have some good episodes coming up. One of the things that we're going to be addressing at some point, not to really take away from the episode, just want you to stay tuned. We will be addressing one of the big issues, especially in general, but especially with type 2 diabetes. We're going to be addressing some of the new weight loss medications that you see on TV, the Mounjaro and Ozempic and Wegovy. We're going to address those. We're going to address the good and the not so good about those products. So I look forward to that. That's a very important episode. Stay tuned when that episode drops. Hopefully it'll drop sometime in January, but I think that's a real timely episode. That's probably one of the biggest questions that I get with type 2 diabetes is about these products now, whether there is something that they should use or talk to their doctor about. Some people that are on them, some of the side effects of the medications, also like whether it's good for like long-term use or how long should they be on these products. Also, what we're doing is that we're still not haven't launched it yet, but hopefully we'll be able to launch it soon. We're going to have some programs that's going to be offered first to the patients of Hershey Pharmacy, and then also to people that are not patients. It will be offered to as well, but our patients will be on the ground floor being offered this. It's a very educational program. It's used to help, especially with type 2 diabetes, but it can be applied if you have different chronic conditions such as um, heart disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. Um, can be useful for patients with those diseases as well. And that's something that we're going to launch soon, hopefully in January. And we'll give more information as we get closer to the launch. And it's a great opportunity, a program to help you regain control of your life, help you regain control from these chronic illnesses that plague you, that cause you a lot of pain and discomfort, may cost you a significant amount of money. Depends on what type of medications that you take. And some of these medications can run very expensive, even with insurance. And then also a lot of the side effects. And you have side effects from the medications that may not be too comfortable either as well. And then if it's untreated or it's out of control, that in itself is uncomfortable. It's a lot of discomfort, a lot of pain. It could lead to further illness. So this is something that I'm very excited about. This is something that I did. We're on the cusp of helping our patients more directly, more than just handing you a pill. We want to help you find the way back, the way to good health, the way to kind of minimize these chronic illnesses that plague you in a way that not necessarily is just medication. And the good thing about it is that you get to work directly one on one with us. And and you get to able to do it if you want from the privacy of your own home or your own computer. All you have to do is have a computer and internet connection. Basically, that's the basic requirement. But we'll go into more of that as we get closer to the launch date, and I'm really excited about that. And I hope that as many people that listen to the podcast will take advantage of this program. It's great. I'm on the path of minimizing my type 2 diabetes. I'm hoping that in 2024 we'll continue on the path of that to have it where, I have it so under control that my need for medications will be greatly decreased or even hopefully eliminated altogether. But I'm working on that path just like you. And I'm finding a lot of things that's helping me, and I believe it can help you as well. So stay tuned to that. I hope that is something that you're interested in, something that I think that anybody that has type 2 diabetes or other chronic illness could benefit from. So really keep your ears open for that. And like I said, if we get closer to the launch, we'll say more about it. And if you follow us, make sure to follow us on social media. We'll be providing updates on our social media handles. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook and YouTube. Okay, so last thing that I wanted to just kind of briefly just go over it. As I said, I just thankful for having the opportunity to launch this podcast. I'm thankful for all the support that I've received from you people out there, and just continue to support us, continue to spread the word. You're our best PR. There's no better PR than having someone, hey, did you listen to this podcast? It's called Destroying Diabetes with Dr. Keith, and he's really good and giving some good information on it that might can help you with your type 2 diabetes. So please, if you have 20, 30 minutes to spare in the day, the great thing about podcasts is that you can listen to them as you doing something else. You can listen to them as you're commuting to work or driving home, or you can listen to it while you're working out at the gym, or you're going for a walk or a run. You can listen to it at the leisure, at your home, anytime that you want to, day or night. Podcast is available. That's one of the great things about that is that you control when you listen to it. You're not set by someone else's time or somebody else's schedule. You put it into your schedule, and that's what another the good feedback that we've got for people that is something informative, it's something that they can easily fit into their schedule and getting good information. So we want to just continue with that. Um, I just want to just think about. I wish everyone a great 2024. Um, we've had a challenging 2023. Myself, we in a personal thing, I've had some family members to go to a better place in this year. I've had my cat that found us 18 years ago. She's been with us basically almost the whole time that we've been where we currently live. So she went on to cross the Rainbow Bridge as well. So it was quite a bit of loss personally this year. And I just to let you know, just not take anything for granted. Your health can get away from you, if you're not on top of it. And it can get away with you like quickly. I mean, you can go from walking and running around to being in the ICU in a hospital bed and never return home. Um, that's why it's so important, I think, about this podcast. I want to empower you to get control of your type 2 diabetes, not let it control you, not let it put you in the hospital, not let it put you in where you lose your sight or you lose an organ or you lose a body part. Uh, it gets amputated because you've lost control of your type 2 diabetes and you've gotten, organ damage, or you got blood vessel damage that you can't have nerve pain, constantly all the time. It's difficult to walk. Uh, it's a lot of things that develop from type 2 diabetes. And that's why you want to get control of this. It's not a death sentence. It's something that millions of people live with. It's just something that you just have to be mindful of and just maintain control. Yeah, the biggest thing that you can do as type 2 diabetic is have control of like your blood sugar, where you control and limit the spikes uh, in blood sugars. If you're able to keep your blood sugar in a fairly targetable range where it's not too high and it's not too low, you should be fine. You shouldn't have all these side effects. You shouldn't have to continue to add medications if you're doing the things that you need to do. The biggest thing that you do, and we talk about it all the time, we talked about it in past podcasts when we had a nutritionist on, is being able to monitor what you eat. That's probably like the number one thing. Like I heard someone say, is that you can't exercise away a bad diet. Like, I mean, you still should exercise even if you have a bad diet, but you can't exercise away poor eating habits. Um, in fact, if you have good eating habits and eating good whole foods, foods that won't exacerbate your diabetes or spike your blood sugar and stuff like that, you're better off than someone that eats poorly but they exercise. It's better to control like your diet that way, and even though you should do some exercise or movement, even if you don't, if you do that, you'll be probably better along than someone that does exercise and eat poorly. So As a reminder, just to continue to take care of you. Just make sure that you do some self care during the holiday season. A lot of times things are kind of, relaxed. A lot of people have, uh, fortunate have this time off, but usually everything is running kind of a slower pace as everybody kind of winds down the year and they're visiting family and friends and just enjoying that. And really do enjoy your family and friends. Don't take your family and friends for granted because you don't know how long you will be here or you don't know how long they will be here. So just really just take time to really enjoy that time. Just make that a priority, especially during the holiday season. Just make that a priority. Make your health, self care, um, mental health. Make sure that you relax and take like mental breaks and try to de-stress. And there's different techniques that you can use. You can use prayer. You can use meditation. Some people do use like exercise, but going for a long walk is very helpful. Very helpful. I find that very helpful for myself. And studies have shown the benefits of just taking a long walk, especially if you're able to take it, if it's not weather's not too bad. If you're able to take it out in nature, it's even better because you're getting exposure to the clean air. Hopefully that's where you're at, relatively clean air. Getting exposure to the sunshine, which helps with your vitamin D levels, especially this time of year. And you also just it kind of helps take your mind if you're active, if you're moving. It helps keep your brain from just being stuck and focus on one thing or something that may be a challenge for you. Kind of helps break that up. So just the importance of just self-care physically, try to incorporate movement mentally, try to incorporate breaks and de-stress so that you won't put yourself at risk for more deadly chronic diseases or illnesses. And please just enjoy your family. Like I said, you don't know how long that you have your family. A lot of times, a lot of things that you have that separate you and your family, a lot of times when you look back on it or think about it, it wasn't very important to be right. It wasn't very important to cut yourself off on someone just because you may had a falling out about something or disagreement about something. Um, just accept people as you want people to accept you as the way that you are. No flaws and all. Everyone has flaws. And just don't let that keep yourself, if you have the chance to be able to, spend time with a loved one, do it. Please do it. All right. Well, thank you so much for letting me end the year just with some words. I hope that you found something from this episode. And please, you let me know. Like I said, we have the email in the show notes. You can just contact me. Just let me know anything about this episode resonated with you, or maybe you just like, I don't want to hear all that stuff. I just want to hear about the medications. You need to stop that stuff. So you can let me know that too. And I don't know if I'll stop it, but at least I'll listen to it. All right. So I want you to just go into 2024. Be healthy, be well, and be blessed. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on this informative journey. The content of this podcast is solely the professional opinion of the host for informational purposes only. It should not be considered a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you're experiencing any health issues or concerns, we strongly recommend that you seek the counsel of a qualified healthcare provider before making any changes.